federal government collects jail data disaggregated both by gender and by race. And so through the use of the Customize button, you can toggle between the 5 federally collected race categories. Now we're here taking a look at the Native American jail incarceration rate. And you can go back and take a look at Latino. And one of the things we found is that while the Latino incarceration rate nationally is close to the average incarceration rate, there isn't a lot of disproportionality nationwide. That's not the case when you look more locally. So again, looking at Pennsylvania and Massachusetts, there's very high rates of jail incarceration of Latinos in these 2 states. They're among the top 3 states when it comes to those with the highest Latino incarceration rates. Disparity happens in every region of the country in different ways. And so here, we're going to take a look at Native American jail incarceration rates in the Dakotas. And we can see that there's some very high rates. Morton County, North Dakota, 1,500 per 100,000. Burleigh County, 1,900. Pennington, South Dakota, 4,600 per 100,000, very high. One of the things we found when examining the data in such fine detail is that every jail has room for improvement. So now I'm going to take a look at a jail in a county where there's been tremendous decarceration over the decades. San Francisco, in fact, the incarceration rate has declined since 1970. But you can see that the county incarceration rate for African Americans is quite high at 1,900. And you can in fact see it's shaded red. So for each county, whenever you hover over, you can click and drill down into each county. And here we're at the county profile page. You can see that in the recent years, the number in San Francisco County in jail has declined from 1,900 to 1,300, which is all the more impressive in light of justice reinvestment, or rather realignment in California, that has shifted responsibility for many individuals that were formerly held in state custody to the locals. And accordingly, the jail incarceration rate has declined in San Francisco. But we can similarly customize using the drop-down here, and we see that although the African American incarceration rate in San Francisco has declined from 3,000 to 2,000, it's still twice the national and state average. So while tremendous progress has been made on the front of reducing the size of the jail in total, there are still disparities that need to be addressed.